Hey guys, welcome back, and today I am here to talk to you about bullet journal materials. Okay, so before I get started, quick disclaimer, we being me and my roommate Megan, we are in a study room in our library at school, and people next to us are being really loud for no reason. It's almost finals week, so the library is packed. Also, before I forget, I will be posting videos every Thursday. I've done so far since I posted my first video. If you haven't seen any of those, go check them out. Everybody, this is Megan. You will see her in some upcoming videos, and I think 2 weeks is what I have planned for a get to know my roommate, and you'll get to know a little bit more about both of us. And she'll be in some vlogs if we have some vlogs. We will see. So yeah. This is Megan. She's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. She's a cool cat. Okay, on to the video. So here I have my pouch of essential bullet journaling materials of where I take this with me everywhere as just my normal pencil pouch. And it has just my pens I use on the regular for note-taking and for bullet journaling, along with the colors I'm using for that month. So if I need to make a new spread, it's all in there. So if you guys want any of the links of the materials I'm using, feel free to put it down below and I will provide those links for you and answer any questions you might have. Okay, so in my bullet journal essentials little pouch, it has a little flap here for like the ones you use most often, which I think is really convenient because you don't have to dig through your little bag to get what you need. And then it has a bigger pouch at the bottom and a little pocket in the front, but I've realized you can't put much in the front pocket here because if you close it, then it makes it too bulky. But I do have a couple things in the front here. I have some erasers, a tiny little pencil sharpener, and then some sticky notes. So some decently flat things to put up in the front there. And up here on the essentials part, I have my go-to things. The most used pen I have in here is my Sharpie pen. This is the fine liner, the fine point one. I use this for literally everything, for just writing normally in my journal, so on a honestly hourly basis. And also I use this to take notes a lot. I also have the color versions of these, and I love using those to take notes for school. I also have the medium point pen, which that's the same pen, just a little bit thicker. I like both of these pens because it makes it easy for me to write neatly and write small, which I greatly appreciate because for the longest time I could only write neatly if I wrote largely, so this helped me to write smaller and neater. But I find the medium point one is a little too thick for my liking, but I know some people who prefer the medium over the fine. So I have both of those. But my go-to is definitely the fine point pen. Continuing on with the little flap on the top, I also just have a number 2 pencil. That's what I use for doing a sketch of the template I'm doing. It's like penciling it out before I actually use pen in my bullet journal. I like using a normal number 2 pencil because I can get it really sharp, so I can do like a light line, where if I use a mechanical pencil, which is literally the only kind of pencil I use if I'm doing anything other than bullet journaling, it's harder for me to write lightly to where it's easy to erase. So that's why I have that. And then I have these 2 pens, which are the Tombow Futunesque pens. One is a soft tip and one is a hard tip pen. I got them for calligraphy, but you can also use them for other things, but it is a calligraphy pen. And sometimes I will also use them to like outline my templates. So I did that this past week, but in my plan with me video, I use this pen right here for outlining. I use this a lot, but it's for outlining, but it is running out, so that's why I use the other one this past week. But this is a Stabilo, I think that's how you say it, pen. This is pen 68. And it's just the black one. I also have these in other colors that I got for a coloring book I have. I like it because it draws a nice thick line, but it doesn't really bleed, which is nice when you're trying to make a template. And then what else I keep in here are the colors for the month. So I always have some Tombow brush pens, some Crayola Super Tips, and some mild liner, highlighters, usually a mix of these 3 in here, along with a couple other miscellaneous item, pens, markers, etc. So I'm going to show you the Tombow Do brush pens real quick and how those look. So you have a brush pen on this side here, and then on the other side you have like a marker tip. So these are really good for calligraphy and drawings and stuff like that, and they're really pigmented and come in lots of different colors, so that is fun. And then you have the mild liners, which are technically highlighters. You can see the chiseled highlighter tip on this side, and you have more of a marker tip on this side. And I love using these for notes because you can highlight and then you can write with the other side. So you can only use one pen. Some people would rather use a pen because it's easier to read or write with, but I like it also with the small tip. You can underline if you don't want to fully highlight something with it. So I find it really helpful. When I use those, honestly, usually more like a marker than I do a highlighter. And then you have the Crayola Super Tips, which are great because they're great for calligraphy. They have lots of great colors and they're super cheap. So that's super nice. This is just like a nice tip to it, to where you can get a nice thick and skinny line from the same pen. So those are like the main sets of pens I have, and I keep these all in my tiny little pencil pouch here, but I only keep, for like the pens I just showed you, I just keep the colors I need for the month that go with the theme I have, and the rest of the ones I keep in a nice big bin I'm about to show you. I'm just going to quickly show you because I just showed you what all the pens are, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like in my bin. In addition to the pens I just showed you in my bin, I have a lot of washi tape that I don't use as much as I should. I have a glue stick, some double-sided tape, which is great for taping things into your journal because you don't have to worry about rolling it, so it helps make whatever you're putting in nice and flat. And some tiny little kid scissors because they fit well in my bin. Other than that, all I have is like this notepad, which is nice for testing out colors that I want to use and different, how like they look together. And then I also have this small section in the front of my bin I'm about to show you that has some miscellaneous things, and then a couple binder clips, which is really nice when I'm journaling. I pin the sides of my bullet journal so that it completely lays straight and flat and everything, even though it does that by itself pretty well. So I have the miscellaneous pen, like fine liners and stuff up here, and I have my mild liners here, and I have my Super Tips and my grayscale Tombow Do brush pens there, because not all of my Do brush pens fit on the other side. Then I have my washi tape up here, over here. So that is this side, and I like how it all fits. I wish I could organize the washi tape by color and size more, but fortunately this is the only way it fit. And then on the other side of my container, I just have the rest of my Tombow Do brush pens. I just realized I did not show you one of the things in my container. The last two things I want to show you are my white gel pen and my sparkly silver gel pen, which is great for accents, and if I make a mistake, my go-to fix is either white out, or if it's a small mistake, or blacking out. Like if I mess up a title, I'll black it out with a black box, and then I will write over top of it with the gray or the white. And I also have a like bronze sparkly Sharpie that also works over top of black, so I'll do those things to like make it like a box with white over top, and it doesn't look like a mistake, which is super helpful. And yeah, that's all of my bullet journal materials. I keep the things I don't use as often in my big box, and stuff I use every day in that little thing, that little pouch. That way, if I'm on the go and I need to make a new spread, or that way I don't have to get out my big bin every time, and it's super helpful. So yeah, again, if you guys have any questions on anything I use, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys next Thursday. Bye. Nope, I dropped the pen. Gross. You're edited out.
Introduction.
Okay guys, this is
Hello.
This is my sweet mate Megan, or my roommate, both terms work.
There's a snake in my boot.
I really like it just because it is